Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Palma Yacht Crew Vlogs right here on Yachting International Radio. My name is Ria. I am your host, and today we are welcoming Anna. How are you, Anna?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Now, where are you coming from at the moment?
I am from Belarus and coming from Belarus right now as well.
And what is the situation like there at the moment as far as the coronavirus and things that are happening there?
Well, here the situation comparing to European countries is better, I would say, because we're still we don't have the isolation. People go to work still because, yeah, we don't have that many cases yet. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. For now, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah, so I guess you don't understand how the rest of Europe is feeling as far as all this isolation that is happening.
I can feel a little bit because yeah, I have a lot of friends in Europe, and my sister lives in Europe, like in Italy. So I can feel it, but yeah, obviously I'm not experiencing that myself yet.
Fingers crossed it stays that way. Well, we're pleased to know that's always some good news when you come across somebody who isn't being affected and it seems to be pretty contained, knock on wood. So we're really pleased for you. But the reason we are actually here today is that you have come up with an absolutely amazing concept. It's a new app called CDiva. What is this app?
Okay, CDiva, yes, it is the app that was designed for yacht stewardesses. And it's kind of, I would say, okay, the app is not for stewardesses who have like 10, 15 years of experience in the industry, but it's more like for the stewardesses who have like a couple of years of experience, or the green stewardesses, like the ones that are just entering the industry, and sometimes they just need extra support, extra help, or some extra information. It can be really useful for like sole stewardesses, I think, because those girls, they're working on their own. There's nobody to assist them, to help them, and I think yeah, it can be a great help for them as well.
Well, where are you able to access this app? Because it's new, like it's just out. Is there a place that they can go in order to download this app?
Yes, it is available right now at the moment. It is available on the App Store with the name CDiva, capital C and then Diva all together. We are planning to launch it for Android as well in a week's time. I think maybe it may take 1 or 2 weeks to launch it for Android. So yeah, but for now it's on the App Store for all iPhones and iPads as well.
And you also have Facebook and Instagram, and those are able to, if you're more interested in it, that does give you some more information on the app itself.
Yes, we do have a Facebook page which is called CDiva app, and also the page on Instagram. It is at CDiva underscore app. And so yeah, the like whoever is interested in that can go there, check it, and there is a lot of information about the app. There are some useful tips how to use it in case, okay, we all use apps every day. I know it's like the app is not difficult to use, but there may be some questions maybe while using the organizer. So there are several videos where I actually explain what is where and how to use that. And so yeah, all the information is there. And also like if anybody has any questions, issues, or they can always contact us by sending direct messages there, or there is like our email address as well, because yeah, we'd love to hear the feedback and to know what people think, if it's useful or not. And plus, like yeah, while preparing the updates, we would love to hear the feedback to see what else people want to see.
Well, tell people a little bit about what they can expect within the app then. I mean, you've got tips on service, tips on napkin folding. I mean, you've got a pretty comprehensive amount of items there that are very, very useful.
Yes, well, I was trying to cover. Okay, it's impossible to cover everything because, like, it's a great vastness of material for the interior team, and plus, you can't put everything in the app because the space on our phones is limited. And besides CDiva, we have so many apps on our phones, so there is a bit of a. It's a bit a tricky thing. Like, you have to make it functional and useful, but at the same time, you have to remember about the limited space on the phone. So that's why we've covered at the beginning like the most important, I think, maybe points of each section. So yeah, we have service, where we've got some like tips and main like kind of rules about different types of service, or when you're setting up the table, what to remember. Then when you're taking care of your tableware, like what do and what not to do, what to do and what not to do, like when washing, drying, storing your glasses, crockery, etc. And then housekeeping, there are some tips how to take care of materials that the girls usually come across while working in the interior on yachts. And there are some tips from the laundry, like folding tips. Actually, housekeeping, like again, like this service and housekeeping, you can talk about these areas like forever. Like, there are so many things I would love to tell, but again, I just can't fit everything. But we're already working on the updates, and I'm waiting for the feedback as well, just to see, because there are so many things I would love to put, but I want to see what people actually need.
So going into the future, as you want to add things, do you think that it might be something like a website that you would set up where if there isn't enough stuff or isn't enough room on a phone to put all that stuff, that you might be able to give them, say, for an example, their very own login code for a website where all of the more information as you get it and as this app grows that they can log in to get?
Well, for now, you know what? When I was preparing, because I was preparing material in advance, right? And I was a bit scared there's going to be too much. So we ended up with the app that is not too big yet, so we can still add stuff like in this particular app. And you know what? I'm not thinking about the website yet, because the purpose of the app is to have it on your phone and you have access to it all the time. Because on the boat, it happens quite often that the internet goes down, or you're outside of the country and there is no internet connection. So I would like, that's why I wanted this app to be available all the time. Even if you don't have internet connection, you can still have the access to the information. So that's why, I'm not thinking about the website yet. I think I still want to add so many things to this app. And we still have space, I think, to add more.
And so you would encourage people to get in touch with you to say, you know what, this is missing. We'd like to add this, or we'd like to see this. And, it's a moving thing. It will continuously be updated and changed, and additions added if there's a need for it.
Yes, that's definitely. I'm already working on some things that I want. Like, I think they may be useful and interesting, but I'm still gonna be like obviously, asking for the people for their feedback, and waiting for people to give some feedback, so I can see. Maybe I forget, like, because there are so many things, and sometimes it's just like something slips out from my mind, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because even in this version, I already thought that there were several things that I wanted to add, like from the beginning, but I missed one, I think. So yeah, I would love to hear from people, just to see also, like, if they find it useful, what they like the most, what they don't like about the app, what else they would love to see. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, it's something that, in today's day and age, more and more of us are really turning to social media and to apps and to everything else, because, we're not going to be carrying around a bunch of papers on the yacht, no matter what you're doing. And the ability to reach out, as you said, in the middle of the ocean, you have absolutely no connection whatsoever. And if you are a soul stew and you are fairly new in the industry, who do
Yes.
you turn to for that information?
Exactly. Yeah. But that's actually, for me, for example, entering the industry was not super difficult, but like I was experiencing some challenges as well. And I came up with this idea because when I was thinking about myself back then, and I was like, oh, I wish I had something like this. That's why I was like, yeah, why not to try? So that's how it came up.
Well, how much does the app cost then?
Oh, the app is actually totally free. It's free of charge. Like anybody can download it and anybody can use it. I think it can be useful, like, not okay, it's for stewardesses, and but I think many people, like from, not many, but some people from hospitality industry, maybe like for the service, they can find something there. I have one friend that I asked to download just to see what he thinks, and he works on yachts, but he's not a steward or stewardess, but he said, okay, I'm going to be using your organizer because I think it's pretty cool. So I was like, okay. So like I'm using the organizer myself now in everyday life while I'm at home. Like when I'm planning things, I'm using already the organizer.
Well, tell me then a little bit more about the organizer aspect of it.
Yeah. Actually, organizer was the part of the app. For me, at the beginning, it was the most like important part of the app, I would say, and then I decided to add some information there as well. So just to have an extra, yeah, info and tips for the girls. And the organizer. So basically. There are two different parts. One is like to organize your days maybe and like daily or weekly routine better. There is a part that where you can create a to-do list for every day, which is called job list. Oh, in job list we have daily jobs, right? And you can do like create a to-do list for every day, any date you want. The app actually organizes the jobs according to the priority that you set. You have three options, like to make it like urgent, like medium, urgency or priority, and low. The app organizes that for you, and then when you do some job, you just go to the app and you check the box next to it, and so it's just becomes like it goes down so it doesn't interfere with the rest of your jobs for the day. Then if you forget to do something or if you don't do something during the day, you forgot or got distracted, something else happened, I don't know, the app will remind you at the end of the day that you still have some jobs not finished for today. And again, if you don't check this box at night, it will remind you the next morning one more time, so you still have some jobs from yesterday that are not finished, so you can just check it or do it for you, like put it on another day. Then there are weekly jobs, which is like this is like a weekly routine. All girls know, for example, we do the captain's cabin on Monday, for example. I'm just giving it like a simple example. So you just put on Monday or that you do that. Then there are jobs that you do every Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. So you just create your weekly schedule. You can skip it if you don't need it, but yeah, it's up to everybody. And there are periodical jobs, which is we do jobs like once in 15 days, once a month, once in 2 months. So basically, there you can just enter the name of the job or like write the job that you are supposed to do. You set the dates. You can set like 2 or 3 or 4 dates right away. For example, you can set for if you do it once a month, you set like for, let's say today the 26th of March, or I don't know. Yeah, let's say you set this date, you're doing that today, and then you just change the month. You set it for April, May, June, and then the app also it changes colors for those dates. So the day before, the date becomes yellow, which is kind of telling you that you have to do it tomorrow. And then the day when you're supposed to do this job, it turns to red. And the app reminds you in the morning before your working day starts. I think it's like 8 a.m. or 8:05. The app reminds you that you have one of the periodical jobs for today and advises you to add it to your to-do list for today. And then as long as this job is not checked, so it's kind of you haven't done it yet, it's red there unless you check the box. And if you don't do it at the end of the day, it reminds you as well that you haven't done it if you didn't mark, like if you didn't check it. After you check the box, it turns green and it doesn't bother you anymore. And another part, there are inventory templates, which is quite useful, I believe, because so you have your inventories. So we tried to cover almost everything that we're doing, like on Yacht, like okay, maybe not everything, but many things we covered from the interior. So to create your inventories, and me personally, I believe it's like very useful because you don't have to take a notepad and pen, go to the wine cellar and write all the bottles, then take a notepad, go to the computer, put this information into the computer. You have already prepared for your template. You just fill it out and then you can print it out, or you can send it to your email if you want to, I don't know, save it for later. And again, then you take a bottle of wine. When you take another bottle of wine from the wine cellar, you just open your phone, you change the quantity, and you have instantly updated inventory list. So yeah, that's the.
I mean, it's essentially like a point of sale system in a restaurant or any hospitality industry. I mean, it literally, in real time, keeps track of everything.
Yes, as long as you don't forget to change the quantity when you're taking the bottle of wine. But yeah, then you can do, for example, once in 2 months, just the inventory check to make sure that you have everything correctly on your phone. Like if you forgot, maybe like you were super busy with the guests and you forgot to change the quantity, you just do like, like some checks once a month, once in 2 months. But I believe, yeah, it saves you a lot of time, and it makes your life a bit easier with inventories.
Well, and it also takes away a lot of the paperwork.
That's true as well. And yeah, the possibility of printing it out anytime, and then if you don't want to print it out, if you still want to see it in the computer to make sure, or you just want to change something, you can send it to your email. Again, like there are, like, we've covered we try to cover like main points for wines, for drinks, for example, but we left a comment section. For example, if there is something that you would like to add that we didn't think of, you always have a comment section the way you can add your extra information, like if we're talking about wine, for example, you want to put like food and wine pairing for this particular wine or these wines, you can always add it like in the comment section, and yeah, it will be there for you.
It sounds like an absolutely amazing. I'm really quite interested in the planner part of it, because I think it's probably something I could use.
You can try, yeah.
I may do that actually later on this afternoon. I'm going to download that and see if it's going to help me within my business. I mean, you know what? We can always, every single one of us could probably use a day planner at about this stage.
Well, yeah, and there are quite a few updates, I think, coming for the organizer, because yeah, there are still several things that I would love to add.
Wonderful. Well, we're really excited to have you here. We're really excited to see this new, it's a CDiva we've been speaking about. It is an app for your phone, and generally speaking for stewardesses straight across the board. It's a really useful tool.
Yeah, plus like now, yeah, we're going through these hard times, like when everybody is like, somebody's in isolation, somebody's locked on the boat. Like, I think the girls, like, I would encourage everyone to download it now, while we still have like quite a bit of time before the season starts. Hopefully it starts soon and everything goes to an end quite soon. But yeah, so like the girls can just download it, check it, see if they can, what they can use, what is useful for them to familiarize themselves with the information. So like when the season comes, when they start working and somebody spills, I don't know, the wine or coffee on the carpet, they know that they can check this information there. And yeah, to find if it's useful for them and give us some feedback.
That's amazing. And yes, you are right. There is a lot of time, especially for those crew that are sequestered on board at the moment. They will have time, and this will give them something to keep them occupied. And then when the season does, because it is going to happen, it's just a matter of when the season kicks off, they're going to have it all set up, all prepared, and it's really going to help them in this coming season.
I hope so.
Fingers crossed. Well, thank you, Anna, so much for coming on board here at Yachting International Radio. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
And we wish you the best of luck with CDiva, and we're excited to see where it goes from here.
Thank you so much.
We will include all of the information on how to access CDiva, as well as the Facebook and Instagram links. So do tune in and take a look below the screen, because all that information will be there. Once again, you've been watching Palma Yacht Crew Vlogs. My name is Ria. I am your host.